Hello and welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World. If you are watching the returns tonight on this historic election day, it's the most important election of our lives. Then I have some cocktails for you because it's not quite happy hour. We're going to have a special happy hour guest, obviously, on Friday. But I figured I need to give you a little bit of something. If you just needed a teeny tiny tipple in order to get you through what could be a very, very long night. We don't know yet what is going to happen. We don't know if this thing is going to be called early for Donald Trump. There is a great deal of enthusiasm, dare I say confidence, from within the walls of Trump headquarters, which I guess would be Mar-a-Lago, because they feel very good about their internal polling. And even though the race has, according to just about every poll, tightened up in these remaining days, today is the day. And there are no more rallies to be had. There is no more imploring, no more exhortations from either candidate. Thank God, because if you're like me, you're absolutely exhausted by all of it because it has been the most insane presidential election cycle I have ever seen. And I, as you know, was on the Bob Dole 96 Hours to Victory tour. And maybe I was the bad luck charm because he didn't win. Bill Clinton won his second term that year. But having said that, I think we do need to take a moment to celebrate our differences. We are very much in an entrenched society for those of us who would love to see a proliferation of voices and several different parties meaningfully seated at the table. And until then, it's pretty much red or blue. So those are my cocktails. Let's start out with the Blue Crush, because if Kamala Harris wins tonight, many conservative Republicans, MAGA Republicans, libertarians who have embraced Donald Trump, like the Dave Smith crew, your dreams are going to be crushed because your taxes will probably go up, as will the size of the federal government. Kamala jokes that Donald Trump would sit in the Oval Office with his enemies list. And I believe that she will insist that the media fall in lockstep with her and her agenda, but I do think she has a very good chance of winning, and it's because of the ladies. So here is the Blue Crush. Both of these cocktails involve electrolytes because I think you are going to need to do a very good job hydrating because, again, it could be a long one. And there could be a lot of nerves, a lot of fears, maybe some boredom if we have long drags where we're not getting vote tallies in and we don't quite know if states have been called. So what's in the Blue Crush, you ask? Great question. Number one, we start out with Blue Gatorade, which you see here because obviously it's a mocktail on Kennedy Saves the World. But there's also, if this were properly infused with alcohol, there would be Blue Curacao, some blueberry Stolichnaya vodka, some coconut Ciroc because we wanted to give it a coconutty blue Hawaiian feel, and some coconut Bai, which I think also has a little bit of caffeine in it. So this could also be a blue speedball, but this is the Blue Crush if she wins. Feel free to mix in any ratios you like. I didn't measure anything in this. Yeah, that's dangerously good. So that also, I think, would work really well as a shot. Just put everything together. It kind of tastes like cough syrup because of the coconut for some reason. I might have put too much Blue Curacao in there. I think it's great. I'm going to have my Gen Z tasters out there. I think they're all 21.
Don't go anywhere. More Kennedy Saves the World right after this.
And here, of course, is the Red Wave, also served in Nick and Nora. It's basically a paper plane with dragon fruit smart water. It's vitamin water. That also tastes like cough syrup. I've lost my touch. Not only making cocktails, but calling elections. So this is Amaro, Aperol, bourbon, and lemon juice, all in equal portions, and with a healthy pour of vitamin water, dragon fruit vitamin water, which is the bright red one. I actually think that tastes pretty gross. And I like a paper plane. I think the vitamin water ruined it. Just like the election has been ruined by too many surprises, too many twists and turns. And it is enough to make you sick, just like these two cocktails. Should you make them tonight? No, you really shouldn't. But at least I'm not getting anyone else sick in here. At least I'm doing like a solo happy hour, which I think is a perfect metaphor for this election because it's two choices that, if we're being honest, kind of suck. And politics is a lonely sport, especially if you don't really have a dog in the fight. I'm sorry that I didn't get excited enough about Chase Oliver, the Libertarian candidate, throughout, but again, I was talking to Stuart Farney earlier today, and he was very upset with some of the Libertarian candidates. And my feeling is run better candidates. Run candidates who share my values because, unlike Kamala Harris, my values truly have not changed. I think people are better at making their own choices. I want government to be smaller and less intrusive. And I think COVID was just a roadmap, really, for both parties, but especially the Democrat Party, how to control people's lives. So when you are on a lonely island by yourself, never fear, cough syrup is always here. It's going to be a long and strange night. We will re-caucus tomorrow and see what we've come up with. There's a very special Kennedy Saves the World happening tomorrow. There will be some big party concession speeches. So shake off the hangover before you really get one. And I will see you tomorrow. This has been Kennedy Saves the World. Good luck, democracy. I'm Kennedy.
Listen ad-free with a Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app.
Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.